The Drive is brought to you on demand by Assignar Construction Operations Software. Visit keepbuilding.com for a free demonstration and see how much your business can save.
Sports Radio 104.3 The Fan presents Football at 4. Here's The Drive with Tyler Columbus and D-Mac.
I gotta do some math here, Tyler, so.
All right, what are we doing? What are we working on? At least tell me the project.
Well, projecting runs versus pass for the old Denver Broncos and see where that would actually settle
you're
in.
You're totally going to lose this bet. And you're fundamentally not wrong in what they want to do, but
hold on.
It's really not even that complex. You just got to be a good football team. You got to win more games than you lose, and you got to be in the lead for the majority of the game. Otherwise, you get the second half and you go past crazy. That's what you have to do.
I got 3 teams last year that I saw from 2020 that actually ran the ball more than they threw it. Maybe there's more, but I see 3 off the top of my head. Hold on. 17. I'm doing math, Tyler. Was not my strongest suit at good old Syracuse, where Mike Evans was tearfully dropping his daughter off to school the other day.
Hold on. I want to see if I can guess the 3 teams.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
I honestly don't know.
Cool. Go for it.
I mean, I think one is very obvious, the Titans.
The Titans are one. 521 rushes, 485 passing attempts.
Okay.
Good job.
Now,
that's one.
Number 2, I'm going to guess is part of your overall prediction. The Minnesota Vikings.
They are not one of those 3 teams. No.
Okay.
One should be really obvious. You should get one actually. I mean, come on.
I feel like I'm already out of guesses. Who is it?
Come on now. You got to think a little bit. Who had the best running quarterback in the NFL last year?
Kyler Murray?
No.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Correct. And they had the biggest differential,
Yeah.
555 rushing attempts to 406 passing attempts.
That's right, because a lot of their passing situations, they're running with their quarterback. So, yeah, of course that one's going to be out of whack.
And then the Patriots, with Cam Newton, 502 rushing attempts, 440 passing attempts.
Okay.
Now, that's over 16 games. The Broncos in the preseason had overall 99 rushing attempts to 75 passing attempts. So they make the math relatively easy because it's easy to divide 99 by 3 and 75 by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So 33 rushing attempts to 25 passing attempts for the Broncos in the preseason. If you put that out over a 17-game season, you would have 561 rushing attempts as opposed to 425 passing attempts, which would actually put them at a pretty similar statistical comparison to the Ravens, who were the number 1 team in terms of differential in the NFL. So right now, based on preseason and philosophical approach, the Denver Broncos are set up very much like the Baltimore Ravens.
I can just plain and simple guarantee that that's not the way it's going to work, though. I know it's really easy, to stick to your philosophy in the preseason. Sure, philosophically, it makes sense that you want to run the ball more than you want to pass the ball when you've got Teddy Bridgewater as your quarterback. You want to set it up. You want to make life easier on your quarterback. You don't want to expose him. All those sorts of things. What happens when you're down by 12 points in the third quarter then? Right? I mean, you got to jump ship on the plan because you've got to score points. And God forbid you're down 21 points in the second half. You're going to be throwing the ball every single play. So unless you think that we are a guaranteed playoff team, you will lose this bet.
Okay. I think they're going to, by the way, in 2 of those games, it was disappointing only scoring 17 against the JV Rams. But they did score 33 and 30 points. Granted, they were helped by a pick 6, but they did score big time points in those first 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's preseason.
It's
I get all of it.
Stick to philosophy in preseason. It's even easier when you're winning. They won all 3 games, right? So if you're not winning those games, things look different.
I love what I know what your main objection to this is you don't think that's ever going to help them.
No, well, I think that's part of it for sure. My main objection to it is that I don't think the Broncos are good enough to actually do that. The only reason the Titans can actually be in that category is because they win football games, because they go to the playoffs. If you're trailing in football games, you have to throw the football, plain and simple.
Well, how many come from behind moments do you think the Broncos are going to need this year? What do you think that's going to look like?
In order to go to the playoffs?
I don't, sure. I guess they're going to be in playoff contention this whole year.
I would say in order to go to the playoffs, they're going to have to win a minimum of 3 games that they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
A minimum.
Ravens went to the playoffs. Titans went to the playoffs.
Right. Good football team.
This feels funny to me because inherently I hate teams that run the ball more than throw the ball. Because it's just boring. But, and I love the fact that the biggest criticism of Shermer is how unbalanced things got with Drew Lock. And now we're just seeing this, come to Jesus sort of moment. Like, here's what we are. Here's what we're going to do, Pat.
No, trust me, D-Mac, that's what they would have preferred to do last year as well, but they were losing. They were trailing, and you just don't have a choice.
I have no reason to think, for whatever reason, you watched the Buffalo Bills last preseason game.
Of course not.
Okay.
I could barely watch the end of the Broncos last preseason game. And the only reason I watched the end of that is because, number one, that's what we do for a living. But more importantly, we really loved that game. And I really wanted to see if we were going to be happy with that game or not.
Well, talk about a different philosophical approach. The Buffalo Bills against the Packers did play Josh Allen. They had Josh Allen, are you ready for this? Throw the ball in a preseason game 26 times.
Wow.
He was just firing. 26 times for Josh Allen, and I think he only played 3 series, something like that.
I told you it was going to be an interesting philosophy this year. You were going to see a lot of teams play starters, and that is a very interesting philosophy. Not only do you put them out there, but you're putting them out there in the crossfire.
The Bills are going to let it rip this year, no doubt about it. So, a different approach. How many rushing attempts did the Bills have? They had 4, 9, 13, 14, 15, 17. 17 rushing attempts for the entire game. 3 of those from Jake Fromm, by the way. And Josh Allen was out there tearing up Orchard Park in the preseason with 26. By the way, 20 for 26 for $194 and 2 touchdowns. He was destroying things out there.
Isn't that fascinating how radically different philosophies were across the NFL this year?
Yeah.
You've got Sean Payton who didn't play anybody. You've got the Raiders who didn't even travel their starters. Hey, if you were a starter, you got to stay home. You didn't even come on the trip. I think Aaron Donald didn't even go on this trip. And then you've got other teams out there who are playing their starters a lot in the third preseason game.
One of the things we found out from George Payton is who they might trade.
No, he wasn't dealing with anything.
Oh, wait, that's Banjo. Sorry. My fat fingers. Sorry, here's Payton.
Well, if we could play the backups in the regular season, that'd really help. But, we played some backups, but we have played well. We've had a lot of younger players step up and get a lot of time. So, I think it's been a very productive preseason. This is a close game tonight, so it's good for, the younger guys and see what they can do, on offense and defense and special teams. So it'll be a good evaluation for us.
Yeah, well, you decided to roll it up, I guess. No, I was fine with it too, by the way. Nobody got hurt. Shook some rust off. I thought it was fine.
Look, now that nobody got hurt, it was absolutely the right call to play the starters. All it took was one bad injury, and it was going to be a terrible decision. I do think a bad football team needs as many reps as they could possibly get to try to get better at football, and so they needed those reps this weekend, and you were very fortunate that you didn't walk away with any injuries.
All right, here's Payne about deals they may still get done here.
Not going to lie, we're getting a number of calls. Yeah. Corners are a premium, obviously, in this league, and we have some good depth, so it's been good.
Back it up.
Why are you laughing?
Because the way that he starts it out, he's almost laughing to himself. He goes, I'm not going to lie. We're getting a lot of calls about corners. Hey, everybody out there, call me. I want to trade a corner. Somebody just call me and I'll deal one to you. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm lying.
It's discerning when somebody says, I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to lie.
They're lying.
Why would a GM put that out there on a national broadcast? Are you kidding me? Of course he wants to deal one.
All right. We're going to make some roster predictions. We'll see how we do here. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of upsets or whatever stuff, but we'll take a swing at it. They're going to make a bunch of cuts. So we'll let you know what's what. That's coming up next.
Hey guys, Tyler Columbus here to tell you about my new friends at Assignar. Colorado contractors get paid faster and save big time money with Assignar managing their construction operations. From instant crew and equipment scheduling to digital time tracking and forms, contractors using Assignar are averaging $30,000 per year in savings. Collect data from the field to make informed decisions from the office with Assignar platform and mobile app. Go to keepbuilding.com to request your free demonstration of Assignar and see how much your business can save.
It's The Drive with Tyler Columbus and D-Mac on Denver's Sports Station, 104.3 The Fan.
You ready to make some cuts there, GM Columbus?
Tough day. Today is always a hard day, but you got to make tough decisions.
All right.
Everybody has put in a lot of work they should be proud of. Unfortunately, we can't carry you all, but everybody should be proud of the work you put in, and just know that if today you find out you don't make the team, that there's 31 other teams out there, and you've got a lot of good film. There's going to be a lot of movement going on across the league over the next 24, 48 hours. So keep your dauber up if you don't make the team, but unfortunately, we got to make some moves.
What did I do wrong?
Well, it really was nothing. I'm really proud of you. You got better. I think from day one, you showed up. You worked like a pro. You did all the small things.
This is
you did
my
everything
dream
that we
come
asked.
true. You're breaking.
It really just comes down to a numbers thing.
Well, where am I supposed to live?
Well, we got to carry one more defensive back than we are.
No, where am I supposed to live? I got nowhere to live.
Well, do you have parents?
You want me to go live with my parents? I told everybody in high school I was in the NFL.
Also, did you get your degree?
Get my degree?
Yeah.
I started working out in January.
No?
I don't even know how many credits I even...
Well, this is why we always say that to get your degree first.
I don't have my degree. And I don't have a place to live. And I really want to be a Denver Bronco. This isn't fair. It's not fair. This isn't what they told me.
Well,
they told me if I wanted it bad enough, I could be anything I wanted to be. I want to be in the NFL.
I can see this is an emotional day for you.
What's going on?
And you've put a lot of hard work in, so I don't blame you for reacting that way. I'll tell you this, I don't want to get too much hope up for you.
No, clearly.
But this is a numbers decision, and so,
what about practice squad?
If you don't want to pack your bags, you can. It might take us a week or two to get back around to you.
Are you sure? Practice squad? No?
Well, we're going to see what the wire looks like.
Oh, boy. Now, if that acting, there you go. Now, if that was the scene on Hard Knocks, we'd all watch. Yes! That's what we want to see. We want to see somebody on Hard Knocks not take it well. Who are your quarterbacks here? Go ahead, Tyler. Who you got?
You got two QBs on this roster. You've got Drew Lock and you got Teddy Bridgewater. There's your two. Boom. Done.
Hey, Teddy and Drew, running backs.
No way Brett makes the team. Just let me know if you disagree, I guess.
I will.
Okay. Running backs, we've got Melvin Gordon, we've got Javonte Williams, we've got Mike Boone, and because of Mike Boone's injury, Royce Freeman got an opportunity to play a little bit more football. He looked good. Congrats, you made the team. I didn't think you were going to. We're carrying 4 running backs.
So does Boone start off on IR?
Now that we've got I suppose he could. I mean, because now you can bring anybody back, right?
So do you keep another dude or not?
I guess I hadn't taken that into account. I was just planning on him being on the 53-man roster. That is a decent point, though. It really is.
Fullback, you got 2 choices.
So here's my first surprise move.
Oh.
Ew. First surprise move.
Ew.
We'll see if I'm right or not. I've been shocked by the amount of reps that Adam Prentice got in preseason.
Yeah, go Rams!
Shocked.
And South Carolina. But yeah, go Rams!
And honestly, he looked pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I think
buddy.
Because of the emergence of Eric Saubert, Beck is getting cut, and Adam Prentice is going to make the team.
Fun.
So we're going to carry a true fullback that we'll use 10 times total over the course of the season.
Wide receivers.
I could be wrong on that.
That's a fun one, though.
Agree or disagree?
I mean, I think this is a dumb position in general. So but Beck hasn't done anything, and you're gonna really the conversation you have with yourself is would we rather carry a guy like Austin Fort rather than Beck?
Well, yeah, I think deeper than that though. If you're going to carry Beck on this roster,
for sure.
You might as well carry a dude that's a specialist at what he does if Beck isn't going to contribute at the tight end spot.
I inherently agree with you. It's a dumb position, but if you're going to have a dumb position, you may as well have a guy.
Not a dumb position.
You might as well have a guy who's good at it.
Definitely not a dumb position.
No. You need it for 6 plays a game.
Yeah,
okay. It's good.
Yeah. We don't like first downs and short yardage, do we?
You know what? This will come down to special teams, by the way. So
of course, it always does.
By the way, we're great on special teams. Don't let anything fool you. All right, wide receivers. This is a big question. Who you got?
I think we're carrying 6. We're going to go heavy here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So heavier than you normally would. Cortland obviously makes the team. Jerry Jeudy makes the team.
Yep.
Patrick makes the team. KJ makes the team.
Yep.
Deontay Spencer makes the team. And your surprise addition, he just played too good, Trinity Benson. Now you got to contribute on special teams.
By the way, Tyree Cleveland, dude. I mean, you just had it. Tyree Cleveland, sorry. Just not good. So you're cutting Tyree Cleveland.
Unfortunately for Tyree Cleveland, he was not very timely this preseason.
He was hurt, and then he
had some big drops.
He did. Seth Williams, you're losing him too?
Seth Williams is practice squad, probably.
Okay. Who else are we thinking about? Hinton had a pretty good camp. We're saying goodbye to our Hall of Famer?
Well, he's in the Hall of Fame, so he's got that.
But not on the team.
No.
I feel like we're forgetting somebody else. No? That's everybody? Feels like we're forgetting somebody else, but we'll move on.
DeMornay Pearsonell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So 6 right there. Okay, fine, including Deontay Spencer. I'm putting a circle.
Agree, disagree? Anybody? Anything? I mean, you're welcome to make your own predictions here.
Again, this is like a special team sort of thing. Like, is Tyree Cleveland really good on special teams? Is Seth Williams really good on special teams? Deontay Spencer, I don't know. It kind of depends on some of the other positions.
Just the prediction.
I think they'll go with 6, and I can't necessarily disagree.
Okay, all right.
All right, tight ends.
Tight ends, I think they're going to go lighter than they were going to because I made a wild prediction that Adam Prentice makes the team. So I've got 3 tight ends. I've got Fant, Albert, and Salbert.
Okay. So 3 tight ends. And then
so Beck does not make the team.
All right. What else we got here?
Offensive line.
Give it to me.
I've got 4 tackles. I think they're all going to make the team. Cam Fleming's a little bit questionable. I could see them cutting him. But traditionally, you want to carry at least 4 tackles on your team. So unless they pick up somebody on the wire, I've got Fleming making it. On the interior, obviously Dalton's making it. Glasgow's making it. Natani Muti's going to make it.
Okay.
Lloyd's going to make it. And Quinn Miners is going to make it. So I've got 9 guys on the offensive line as of today.
Slaman. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that was a tough call because he doesn't play tackle. Now he can, but I chose Fleming over him because tackles inherently is a more important position.
All right, we turn our eyes to the defense. When we come back, this is the Drive on the Fan.
You're listening to The Drive with Tyler Columbus and D-Mac on Denver's Sports Station, 104.3 The Fan.
But Coach, I really seriously, when I walk out, where do I go next if I'm just cut?
I really don't know what to tell you. I'm proud of what you've done. And you put in a very solid effort. You're a big boy. You probably got to figure that out on your own. Yeah.
Where am I going to get lunch?
Well, that's also on you.
No, but I've been getting lunch here.
Yeah, but now you got to do it somewhere else.
Oh.
The conversations don't go that far, buddy.
Oh.
I mean, you do know that, right? like these are boom, boom, in, out. Appreciate what you guys have done. You guys have all been tremendous. Thank you. Move on.
How am I supposed to get all my...
see you later.
How am I supposed to get all my stuff out of here?
There's a trash bag downstairs.
Oh. All right. Can I get a hug?
From who?
All right. Yeah. Can I get John Elway's autograph before I leave?
Yeah, I have to find him.
Are you in Coeur d'Alene? Okay, let's go. Defensive people. Defensive line, what do you got?
We're going to carry 7 here. It's probably going to be a little bit heavier than what I would like it to be, but you've got a lot of interesting bodies. So I got Jones, I got Shelby, I got Purcell, Shamar Stephen, Williams, and Najim.
Mintz? No Mintz?
Nope. 7's a lot. So someone's got to get cut.
Okay, Mintz was kind of maybe one of those guys. Maybe not.
Wait, who's he making it over? I mean, you got to make decisions here.
Give me him again.
So I got Jones, Shelby, Purcell, Shamar Stephen, Williams, and Najim.
Yeah, I guess I don't know too much about Shamar, to be honest with you, but if you're just telling me he's better, then fine. That'll be interesting. We'll see how that works itself out. Yeah. Inside linebacker.
First off, the group I'm going to give you is not the group that I predict will be on this roster.
Okay.
So I think we will go out and get some help in this department. Right now, I've got 5 guys making the team. You've got Alexander Johnson, you've got Jewell, you've got Sternad, Browning, and Barrington Wade. However, I would imagine that's going to be a spot that you're going to go out and get some help on the waiver wire. And you might even have a significant pickup there. So look for a veteran that might have got priced out, might be aging, but we've got some money that's available, and we can afford to pick up a contract on the waivers.
Outside linebacker.
Really kind of light here, man. I think you only got 4. You've got Vaughn,
Really?
You've got Chubb, you've got Reed, and you've got Cooper.
Oh, man, what about first guy on the field guy, Tuska?
Don't think he makes it.
Really?
First guy in the field guy has to be able to actually compete against high-level competition.
But he's first guy on the field guy.
He could be on the practice squad.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's got nothing to be embarrassed by.
By the way,
played good football.
A guy that's fun to root for is this Jonathan Cooper dude.
Oh, yeah.
He flashes left and right.
Yeah, he's been playing really well, especially last week. Tuska, for the record, honestly, I think that they're trying to develop him, but he's not ready to be on 53 just yet.
All right, cornerback, and George Payton's phone is ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, he said so.
Again, I would agree with you. I don't think that this is necessarily the group is how it's going to be when it's all said and done, but based off the guys that we've got, I've got Darby, I've got Fuller, I've got Callahan, Surtain, Ojemudia. And then if they were to trade away Callahan or trade away Fuller, one of those two, maybe Hairston makes the team. But
no Trey Marshall?
Unless they trade him, I don't think Trey Marshall makes the team, no.
Okay.
Unless they trade Callahan or Fuller, they're probably going to go a little bit lighter in that group because they're so talented. So 5 would be my prediction.
You can never have too many cornerbacks, but you have to be able to play Patrick Surtain. You're in a quirky spot. You're in a quirky spot, of course, you got to protect against injury and stuff, but if everybody's healthy, which everybody is, how the hell are you going to get Patrick Surtain on the field unless you do a deal? So
well, he'll find his way on the field plenty, and they're obviously going to get creative and trying to put him in the box in dime situations. It won't be long until he's a full-time starter, though.
Safeties?
I got 5. Yeah.
How are your numbers here? Is this all adding up? I wasn't doing the math.
Well, you should be double checking me, buddy.
I know, I should.
I mean, that's kind of like the key here is you got to get to 53.
But this might be a reason I got cut in the first place. I'll take your word for it. What do you got? 5?
So Simmons, K-Jack, Stearns, and PJ Locke.
Well, where's your 5th one? Say that again?
4. I got 4. 4.
Okay.
4 is the key number here.
Well, that actually makes more sense. 4. Yes. Okay. I can't argue with that. That makes sense to me. There you go. And then you got your specialists. How we do? We all right with
Yeah, I mean, no surprises.
Bobin Moyer, and Martin, and
if in theory one of them was in jeopardy, Martin would be the one. I don't think he's in jeopardy. But if in theory they wanted to upgrade at one of those spots, that would be the guy.
Watching that Rams kicker freaking throw missiles left and right.
I know.
That was crazy. What did
Ojemudia's brother?
I don't know. I can't say his name. It's not Johnny Hecker. It's Obajoy. I think he got paid too. Like, he's making a lot of money. That dude was sick.
The real question is if George Payton is determined to trade a corner, and he is because he just said it on the broadcast. He said, hey, we're getting a lot of calls about the corners. In other words, hey, please, somebody call us. I would like to trade him. Who is the guy that he wants to trade? That's the really interesting dilemma here.
I would have to say it's Darby. I think you got to trade somebody that has value. He's the only one that has value, and somebody's going to have to pick up his
they all got value. They're all really good. Callahan's really, really good. Fuller's really, really good. Surtain's really, really good. They've all got value, but I would agree with you that in theory, if you could trade any of them, Callahan is your best slot player on this team, right?
Right.
So probably don't want to trade him, but if you were going to have a surprise cut, that's the guy that it's going to be. So in theory, let's say you're trying to trade somebody, but you can't get it done. You come down to Bryce Callahan, you got to make a decision. He's got, help me out here, Kevin. I know you told me earlier, he's got like $8.5 million contract, and I think it's only like 1.75 dead cap.
Guaranteed.
So you could save a lot of money if you moved on there. I don't see why you would, because he's your best slot player, but if you were making financial decisions, that's how they get made.
By the way, it's been a little bit since I've actually been to a game. So if I'm wrong about this, then, okay, it's just been a little bit. But I noticed that the specialists, I don't remember seeing this, have chairs. They don't stand or sit on the bench. They have chairs like you'd find in like the Hyatt conference room that they put near the net. They sit in chairs. Am I missing something, or has that always been the way it's been?
I've seen that for a long time.
Oh, you have really? Okay. Chairs. It's
why are you saying chairs?
It's just weird to see two dudes sitting in chairs away from the rest of the team. They're just
I've seen that a lot.
You have?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And it's been a while for me. Just, going back to a game. I just God, you just sit there in your two chairs.
Well, they're kind of in their own world, buddy.
Tell me about it.
They don't answer to anybody. They don't.
You don't stand and sit over on the bench like with everybody else. You actually sit in your two little chairs near the kitchen. Who are they going to go
sit with? The benches are segregated. It's position by position.
This is, things you notice. Things I notice. Maybe I've just been missing out. Let me give you another. Big crowd. That was good. Skydivers are sick. I know I've seen them.
Are.
Dude, it's
Aren't they the best?
You cannot understand the degree of descent, the angle. It's insane. You can't appreciate that on TV.
Dude, they come flying in there.
It's crazy.
They offered to take me. Nice dudes. Offered to take me.
Seriously? You're not too fat to do that?
I haven't quite gotten the guts up just yet.
What's the weight deal there? Are you
definitely not too fat, thank you very much.
Wow, are you sure?
You are loving the fat jokes nowadays.
I don't know if it's safe enough.
Wow. 6'8", 245 pounds. That's fat nowadays, huh?
I just didn't know what the limit was. That's all.
Wow, easy on the fat word. Goodness gracious! Oh my gosh, cholesterol.
That would be funny though. You would be disproportionate to all of the skydivers. I can't imagine.
Oh, they offered to take me. That exact team did. They're awesome guys.
Why didn't you do it?
I just told you. Well, you're asking me the same question I just answered. I didn't get the guts up.
Orlando did it.
Do you want me to answer it a different way? Ask me a third way.
Why didn't you do it?
I was scared.
Are you going to fat?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Orlando's whole thing, though? Orlando. How about Orlando?
Orlando, man, I'm proud of him.
Orlando.
Well deserved, dude.
People might not have caught the news. We got news. If you haven't caught it, you might have. But we'll give you the news about Orlando. And Mike Kliss, good job with the predictions. I saw Mike make his predictions on TV. Let's see how they match up. Mike Kliss joins us next.
Denver Sports Station 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Tyler Columbus and D-Man.
So the news today from right here at good old 104.3 The Fan, our very own Orlando Franklin will be joining the coaching staff of the San Francisco 49ers. How about that, Tyler?
Dude, good for him. I know what the journey is like. I've been exactly where he's at, and you get out of the game, and it's awesome. You've got all the free time in the world. Then a year or two goes by, and you're kind of wondering, man, should I go back? Can I go back? And then you realize, nope, I can't go back, but it's in your blood. It's in your DNA. You've got a PhD in football, and you can either talk about it or you could go be about it, right? And so good for Orlando. He's going to go be about it. He's going to go get back into life. I think it's awesome. I think he's going to be tremendous at it. The staff he's going to out there with the 49ers, that's like my family. Like everybody on that staff, those are my people. Like love that staff to death. Mm-hmm. He's going to do a really good job. I don't know if he's kind of flirting with it this year, trying to figure out if it's what he wants to do long term or not. But if he decides it's what he wants to do long term, he's going to be tremendous. I have no doubt in my mind. The dude knows football.
Well, he's not gone for good from the Fan, because I do understand he'll it's really for the football season. Then we'll see where it goes. But it's definitely, done in terms of being on the air every day. And, man, I just want to say
he's here tomorrow, but tomorrow's the last day.
Yep. It's just been awesome having him as part of the Fan family for the past couple of years. And, I think he's a wonderful dad and husband, and he certainly knows his football, so I'm happy for him, proud of him. Could not have been an easy decision, but I wish him the best. That's awesome.
He's going to be working side by side with my personal favorite offensive line coach of my career, Chris Furster. Great guy. He is the guy that got himself in trouble a few years back, but he's totally changed, totally different, life just on the straight and narrow. But was a fantastic coach and honestly a great influence in my life despite the trouble that he got himself into. And I'm really happy that Orlando's going to be working with him because the dude, if Orlando wants to be in this industry and like this is what he wants to do long term, I'm telling you, Chris Furster is one of the best coaches you could ever learn from.
Your favorite offensive line coach isn't that dude that was like beating up his assistants who were ratting him out during
Tom Cable?
Tom Cable.
No, you know what?
Meetings?
I love Tom Cable. I was terrified.
Didn't he be like an assistant with a phone or something, or there was something going on?
I was absolutely terrified to play for him when he took over out in Seattle, and I thought he was going to be brutal, and he was. He was demanding. He cursed like a sailor during the week, but then you got on game day, and he was like a totally different dude. He would walk up to you on game day, get on a knee, and he would just start calmly speaking to you. Way different dude than you see on TV.
Our 9 News Broncos insider is Mike Kliss, joining us courtesy of Bet Rivers Sportsbook. We were going through who we think's going to make the team. Mike, got any bold predictions there? I know you did it on 9 News on the broadcast, but I don't know if there's any twists or turns or any surprises out there. What do you think?
No, I mean, I don't think there's going to be too many surprises right now. I mean, other than there's always one or two, and if I knew who they were, I guess it wouldn't be a surprise. So, from everything I hear, they're going to keep the 4 cornerbacks. I keep thinking that Bryce Callahan making $7.2 million. It's non-guaranteed. He plays the nickel. He's got an injury history, and he's got a first-round draft pick behind him. I keep thinking that he's vulnerable.
So you think, just real quick, you think like a deal like that's more likely than, say, trading Darby?
Yeah, they're not going to trade Darby. I don't think they're going to trade anybody. First of all, Callahan at 7.2 isn't tradable. Those people don't trade for $7.2 million for a nickelback. They wait to see if you release them. And but it's what the I think what's going into play here is last year they lost all their corners. They lost Callahan, they lost Boye, they lost Desang Bassi, their top 3 corners, and they played the last, 4 or 5 games of the season with guys off the streets. And so they want number one, they want protection in case of injury, number one. And they did have one go down in Oja Mudia, who's going to miss the first couple of weeks of the season. And then, Patrick Mahomes, how do you take on Patrick Mahomes? Last year they tried to outscore him. That didn't work, because they built the offense. This year they rebuilt the defense and added all those cornerbacks. They're going to have by far, if they keep Callahan, they're going to have by far the highest paid secondary in the NFL when you consider Simmons and Kareem Jackson also in there. And that's how they're going about trying to steal one from the Chiefs this year, is by shutting down all his weapons.
Mike, I personally don't think they brought Eric Saubert into camp with the intention of him making the team, but he's made the team, and he's probably going to contribute. So what's the trickle down? If he's going to make the team, who's at whose expense?
Well, I mean, I think they did bring him in to replace Nick Vanette.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else would have filled that role. You're still going to have Noah Fant, and Saubert, and then you're going to have Albert O. Those are going to be your third tight ends, and then you got Beck, who's a fullback / H-back that can fill in on a pinch too. So I think those are going to be your 3-4 tight ends.
Mike, overall, what do you think the Broncos have in their quarterback non-competition, but what do you think the fans were thinking when they saw Teddy get off to a slow start?
Yeah, they were probably thinking you picked the wrong guy. And, there was quite a blowback after Teddy was picked. And, I understood that. Drew is there. The fans had fell for Drew and, committed to Drew for the last 2 years. And Teddy Bridgewater is, not the type with this playing style that wows the fan base. But I think, as rough as Teddy Bridgewater played those first 2 series, and I would say that was the worst I've seen him look as far as accuracy goes in those first 2 series where he's 1 out of 6. But he did bounce back, and he did have, one redeeming quality of Teddy Bridgewater is what he did in that 3rd series. He remained unflappable, and he showed that. He didn't panic. He didn't force things, try too hard. Made it sound like he was trying to force things to Cortland and Alberto in the first 2 series, and he just followed the system, and things worked out in the in the 3rd series against the 2nd and 3rd string defense, and now you got to wonder, guys, the preseason's over. Was the preseason, how much of it was fool's gold for the Broncos, because they did play number 2s and 3rd string offenses and defenses throughout the preseason.
Mike, what position do you think they'll scour the waiver wire to try to get better at?
I thought it was going to be pass rusher, but Jonathan Cooper, I think, has been the surprise. I thought Cooper, after the heart issue and missing OTAs and the mini camps and being a rookie, a 7th-round rookie, that he was headed for the practice squad this year. But he has played himself onto the 53 as the 4th outside linebacker behind Malik Reed, Vaughn, and Chubb. So, I think they're good. I think they're solid everywhere. Maybe interior offensive line. I think they're good at receiver. I think they're overloaded at receiver, overloaded at cornerback. Maybe a linebacker special teamer. Special teams, again, guys, continues to be a problem.
No kidding.
And if there's a linebacker body that can run, I'm sure the Broncos will throw the tape on that guy and see if they want to put a claim in.
All right, Mike, good job, and we will catch up with you later this week, and we'll see who gets cut tomorrow, and Kliss always has the big scoop. Mike Kliss, courtesy of Bet River Sportsbook, our 9 News Broncos insider. Trying to do something, I think it's borderline stupid.
Oh,
but it's
you should do that.
It's revealed like a whole culture of people that I didn't even know existed.
So who have you been ignoring?
Well, for good reasons. I've been ignoring people who work out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ah, you're back on the 5 a.m. train,
well,
huh?
I'm trying, because my son up at UNC, their team is like lifting at 5 a.m. and it's just like, what? So I was like, I'm not trying to be a babysitter. I'm just trying to be like,
Oh, you're totally babysitting.
I'm totally not.
Absolutely. Hey, if you get up at 5 a.m., I'll get up at 5 a.m. too. Matter of fact,
it's bonding.
I will call you / text you on my way into the gym just to look for confirmation that you are alert and on your way to your workout.
Yeah.
Hoverboard parenting.
No, not at all, but.
Do you text them?
I share a text like afterwards. Who are these people though? I mean, swear to God, it's the most crowded I've seen the gym, period. It is ridiculous.
They're like normal Americans, like people that are in the best shape, that are actually blue collar, that actually have got real jobs. They got to go 9 to 5 and they get up in the morning and they go work.
Yeah, but you could go there at 6 a.m. and still be up before anybody else. This is 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm rolling in actually 4:45, but who are these people?
Well, they're special kind of psychos. I don't know. I did it for the majority of my life. Been there, done that, majority of my life.
Yeah, because you were getting paid to do it. You weren't just doing it just at the local gym.
Right. That was the key. I'm not going to lie. Once I stopped getting paid to do that,
right.
I no longer was getting up at 5 a.m. to go work out.
These people aren't getting paid to do this.
Although I think Big O's been doing that for the last year and a half.
I don't know how much longer I can do it. It gets to like 9:30 in the morning, and I feel like it's midnight. I've done it now like 3 times, and I swear to God, I mean, it's kind of nice. You feel like, oh, I got my workout in, but I'm looking around. I'm like, what competitions are all you people in? And then what jobs do you people have? What are you doing? Richie, you're smiling. You're not a 5 a.m.er, are you, Richie?
I don't, unless there's some kind of crazy circumstance. I'm not a 5 a.m.er, but I could be a 7 a.m.er.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are the lazy people. I'm shocked. There's no place to work out. So I avoided bench press today because I just couldn't find a.
Is that the first spot you go when you walk in? That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, when you walk in, you just got to go straight to bench press.
I just had to skip bench today.
Yeah.
You
don't look like it. You look like you still got that pump in.
It's KKFN and KKFN HD1 Line 110.
Hey guys, Tyler Columbus here to tell you about my new friends at Assinar. Colorado contractors get paid faster and save big time money with Assinar managing their construction operations. From instant crew and equipment scheduling to digital time tracking and forms, contractors using Assinar are averaging $30,000 per year in savings. Collect data from the field to make informed decisions from the office with the Assinar platform and mobile app. Go to keepbuilding.com to request your free demonstration of Assinar and see how much your business can save.